I'm ready for Q&A. Melissa, are you with me?
I am.
Hi. Okay. Well, great. I'm sure we have some
Oh,
good questions. And like I said from last week, we're just going to keep our questions for this session related strictly to market share. And we will do a little more of an open Q&A session for you guys on Thursday where we talk about keywords, competitors, and market share. So if you want to submit questions for Thursday on keywords, competitors, or market share, we can open those up. But today's questions, we're going to try to tackle everything related to market share only.
right. And we do have a few. We have, it looks like about 10 questions that are related to market share. We are getting a lot of questions in that are referring to previous classes, and we are not going to address those today.
Right.
So we're just going to stick strictly to market share. See here and see if I have a couple other ones coming in. So I've got about 10 polls from questions asked during the class. And I just want to let you guys know, like, while you guys are watching her training, if you have a question about the topic, right in that moment, please submit it because I can pull it and we can answer it after the class. So that's a fantastic way to do it to make sure that we're staying on topic.
Yeah, that's great. That's super helpful for me too. All right, so let's dive
Okay.
in.
So in talking about your category bestsellers, can you real quickly, Cherie, and I know this is a pretty simple answer, can you real quickly go over how to find the category bestsellers when they're looking for them? I believe it's on the product page, but if you want to go into detail about that.
Okay, so when you're looking at category, yes, okay, yes, I'm sorry, I'm also looking at Andy's over there. Yes, please have Andy go ahead and post that helium 10 code so everyone can have it. When you're looking at your category competitors, essentially it's just three quick steps. First step is to go to your most competitive. So you go to your page and then you're going to scroll down to see where you're at in the bestseller rank, right? So what subcategory are you ranked in, right? Which subcategory are you number whatever in, right? So you go to the subcategory that you have your product ranked in, and then that's going to lead you to the bestsellers in that subcategory. When you're on that page, you want to use Helium 10 or a similar browser tool that is actually embedded in your browser that will go ahead and download the sales data for all the sellers on the bestseller page. That's going to give you your best sellers in the category. Pretty self-explanatory, the products that are selling best. From there, you want to take your most important keyword. In the example of Levi's jeans, it would be women's jeans. And I'm going to go to Amazon.com homepage. I'm going to type in women's jeans. I'm going to let the page fill with all the organic ranked and ad ranked competitors. And I'm going to go ahead and download, do the exact same report. Out of Helium 10 is what I use. I'm going to go ahead and use their X-ray tool to download the sales data for all the organic competitors. Now I'm going to take those two sheets, super simple. I'm going to put those together and I'm going to determine which of those competitors is both ranked in a prominent position to get a significant amount of traffic, which also means Amazon likes them. And then I'm also going to look at who's got the highest sales volume. So I look at overlap in both bestseller rank, organic rank, and sales velocity. And I pick the top 10 with a product that has similar features, benefits, to mine. So when I say features and benefits, I mean something like skinny jeans. I'm not going to take best sellers that have juniors jeans. I'm not going to take best sellers that have men's jeans. I'm not going to take best sellers that have straight leg jeans, boot cut jeans. I'm only going to take the ones that are skinny, that look like my product and also have the criteria that I just listed.
Awesome. I know that was another question. We had a couple of people ask if they should only be using adjectives and comparing products that are similar to theirs in function and design. And I believe the answer is yes, it should. You know, when you're looking for competitors, their products should be similar to yours.
Absolutely. They should be definitely similar, especially because you're using those competitors, one, to take market share. So when you're landing, I showed you the impressions in today's class, like how many views I'm getting in other placements on other places in the Amazon search engine. So since I'm not just showing up in search and I'm on these product pages, it's essential that you're looking at the competitors in terms of targeting them that have a similar product, because if it's not identical to yours, you're not going to capture any sales off their page. Someone looking at skinny jeans is simply going to look at a skinny jean alternative. I can't go in with a different style and do work there. Someone who's a junior, I can't capture junior sales for women, right? So you really need to pay close attention to the similarity of the product, because it's very unlikely, if the similarity doesn't really match, that you're going to be able to capture sales on those pages. And then from a secondary standpoint, if you're looking at the keyword list like we did today from WordTree, and you're looking for those keywords that match up, that maybe you haven't explored, that define your category or your market, they're not going to be relevant if that person is not selling what you sell features and benefits wise. Because like we reviewed last week, it's the features and benefits in the shop. Like skinny is a feature. It's the features and benefits that result in sales conversions and advertising. So if you are not targeting the proper features and benefits through your keyword research, you're really going to spend a lot of money on keywords that don't convert. So yes, it's all about conversion strategy, and you without question want to be sure that you're only targeting products that are similar to yours in the research phase and in the competitive phase.
Fantastic. And then going off of the category bestsellers, so we've had a question, and this has been asked by a couple different students. What would you do if your product comes up in different categories as a bestseller in multiple categories? The example is oil diffusers, so you can find it in home, kitchen, health, and beauty. You know, where are they looking for competitors then? What's kind of going to be their strongest category to look for?
That's an interesting thing. You definitely want to go after the category that you're already ranked highest in, and that is also the most relevant to your product. So if you were talking about something like oil diffuser would be your main primary seed keyword. I assume it's in your title. I assume it is the keyword that defines that product. So if oil diffuser is your defining keyword and your most important one, then you want to go after the category that includes it. So if the category descriptor is oil diffusers, that's probably the best category for you to compete in, the one that has the, you have keyword that you are going to be bidding on those keywords and advertising on those keywords and ranking on those keywords organically. You're going to have a higher chance of taking the BSR. So really it's going to be about whatever category you're already ranked in and whatever category is most relevant based on the keyword title of that category. Relevance is really important.
Awesome. And how often do you recalculate total category sales?
Not very often. You might have to do that like once a year max. You're really looking at your sales growth over time. It just gives you a nice ballpark so you understand the sales potential of the market, and then, what you're going after there, and then where you stand today, and then kind of tracking where you stand over time. It's less important that you recalculate the category total, and more important that you just kind of track your percentage and your increases and gauge that against the market leaders.
Okay, great. And then this question, what category do you use when calculating the top 50 for organic market share? Are you using the exact name of your subcategory or your main keyword?
Main keyword. You can use the main keyword through the search results to see who's ranked organically on your main keyword. So in the example of Levi's jeans, the main keyword would be women's jeans, jeans for women. So I'd be looking at women's jeans, jeans for women. That's what I'd be pulling through the Amazon search results.
Okay, great. And we've had somebody ask you to clarify what you mean by competitors' keywords. Do those specifically include brand names of competitors, or are those the keywords that you're pulling from the WordTree report?
You have two strategies when it comes to competitors. You have your competitors' category keywords, which are the broader keywords that define the Amazon category that your competitors now own a percentage of share on that you have to take. Because all market share in Amazon is already captured. The only way for you to get it is to take it from your competitors. So it's not coming out of thin air. So when you get there to do that, without question, you're going to be looking at that at the target on that.
Okay, great. And we've had a couple of people here ask about the Cerebro in Helium 10. Mm-hmm. Is that where they're getting brand keywords?
Yes, it's a great way to do that. And that will actually, I can expand a bit on the previous question. That is a great combo question right there. So essentially, you're looking at the category keywords. So when I look at what comes out of WordTree, I'm essentially saying, okay, I've got these category keywords. I've got skinny jeans, I've got high waisted jeans, I've got stretchy jeans. These are kind of category keywords. I've got jeans for women. Those are defining the category. So I want to see what keywords are driving sales in the category, because I need to get a percentage of those keyword shares, right? Those impressions on those keywords. So I'm looking from my competitors in one view, like the WordTree report. I'm saying, show me what keywords are driving their sales. And without like clockwork, boy, the WordTree report will show you if you sort by relevance. So now I know the keywords that drive the majority of sales in the category, and I'm going to target those in search. I'm going to target those in my campaigns. Now you go back to the Helium 10 tool, which is going to allow you to do the ASIN search, right? When you do the ASIN search, you're really at that point looking for your competitors' brand keywords to put into a competitor campaign where you're actually trying to rank on their product pages. So it's kind of a two-prong approach. One, your competitors are revealing to you what keywords are most important because they're already ranked and they're already winning sales. And two is which competitors you need to show on their pages, which competitors are fiercest with this huge market share that you need visibility on their category pages and their product pages. So when you pull the product page listing, you just go into the reverse ASIN tool in Helium 10. And then within that tool, you can take down any ASIN that you see fit in your top 10 competitors list, and then take that competitor's brand name. So if I were doing this for Levi's and I put the first ASIN in for those best-selling skinny jeans, I'm competing against Levi's. I'm going to put the first ASIN in for that best-selling jean. I'm going to put the word Levi's in the filter, and I'm going to take all the keywords that show up that have the Levi brand included in the keyword. And those are going to be my competitors' keywords set to broad and phrase match. So they're two very separate strategies. One is just an idea of your market keywords, and two is about taking the competitors' brand keywords and bidding on those for product page placement.
Awesome. Cute. We're getting a lot of questions coming in. And for those looking for the Helium 10 discount code, Andy did post that in the chat. So go ahead and look for that there. He's got the code right there in the chat. We had a couple of people ask for that. So that has been provided, which is fantastic.
And just know that sometimes with audio, when it happens broad, like earlier today, we had to reboot. We've got a nice fit for that, but it's all fine. But sometimes your bandwidth may cause the audio to clip because we're streaming live. But the majority of time we can fix that pretty quickly, like we did today.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a question about relevancy score. So within those reports that we're looking at in that data, what would be cut off for a relevancy score that wouldn't be worth including? Would you cut off below 15? Would you cut off below 20? You know, where's that minimum relevancy score with something that wouldn't be worth looking at?
Well, I'm going to take my the highest relevance. So if I were looking at that, it's not so much the cutoff as much as unique keywords that I can bid on with advertising, competitors that I need to win on their product pages. I'm kind of looking at it overall, but I'm definitely sorting by relevance highest to lowest. And you know, the relevancy score is going to kind of vary by product, but I'm staying in that top 20% if you wanted to give it an estimate. So the top 20% is really where I'm going to be focused on for relevancy. And keep in mind that when you do that, you're really trying to win on those good category sales keywords, right? Until I've won on skinny jeans and high-waisted jeans and jeans for women, until I've really captured market share in my most important category keywords, I wouldn't try to proceed down the pipeline. Outside of, you know, taking my search term report every month and mining new keywords that have conclusive data that they're selling for me, I would definitely not be using a keyword tool, no matter whether it's Helium 10 or WordTree or any other keyword tool, to allow me to pick too many keywords. I'm really going to focus on my main keywords, the ones like I showed today, and I'm going to put my ad budget on winning those keywords first and continually add new keywords to the campaigns over time. And again, it's really a strategy of being incremental and winning because the key is winning those impressions. The second part of today's class, you need to win the impressions on the most important keywords. There's nothing else. It's like getting to the finish line. There's nothing else you're going to do that's going to benefit you as much as winning impression share on the keywords that are listed. So with that in mind, I'm not going too deep on the relevancy score because I'm very much focused on the top 20% and winning those first. And then once I've won them, I want to continue to hold them.
Fantastic. And I do have a question about putting the emphasis on the category and the subcategory data and goals that you're doing with all of this versus, people who are just searching by keyword. How does all of that tie in together when you're buying keywords, bidding on keywords, but today we're talking about categories and subcategories. How does all that tie in together?
It's a really good idea. If you look at the numbers that I showed you today, it ties in together because you can only win the category. You can win on keywords, but you won't profit on keywords, and you certainly won't take market share on keywords, and you won't have a dominant brand. And in the world of retail and the world of Amazon, there's only going to be a few brands that land at the top of the heap, and the rest just split the spoils. So when it comes to dominating, and getting true profit and sales out of a product that you're going to put all this effort into, you want the maximum profit, maximum revenue, maximum business growth, value. When you're looking at that, it's category. You can look at keywords, and there is, really with your keywords to talk about share, you can always be looking at where you're ranked. If you're holding the top position for that keyword consistently and you're ranked high in the organic for that keyword, then you probably got share. But winning keyword by keyword is not the trick. That's the trick with Google. But with Amazon, that's not the trick. It's an absolute market dominant strategy. It is a retail e-commerce strategy. Without question, it's about branding and visibility, and you can only win the category. You saw my numbers. If I have all of search share on all my good keywords, there's not one that I haven't won. I'm just being honest in that account that I just showed you today. And without question, I still got 900,000 of my impressions on other placements. So the majority of my views came out of other places. The majority of my sales came out of search. It's a 1-2 punch. You have to dominate the whole category or you won't be able to dominate. So I don't really look at search share on individual keywords. I look at ad rank on my keywords. That's a really important note there. Look at ad rank on your keywords. Where are you ranked on that keyword? How much of that share do you have? Are you above the fold? 80% of sales. You above the fold in paid ads, you above the fold in mobile, you above the fold in organic, you confirm those things. And then from there, you can move down. But your only way to determine keyword share, because impressions are not accurate, because you're going to get more impressions on a keyword than the keyword search volume, simply because Amazon's such a broad engine. So it's not really the only way you can look at that is where are you ranked? Where are you showing up? If you're above the fold, you've won on that keyword. And if you want to win keyword by keyword, we do that. Track your rank, keyword by keyword. We definitely do that for all of our clients.
Awesome. I believe that is all the questions we have directly related to market share. We've gotten a lot on some other topics that we're not going to address today.
Okay, great. And so then we'll be coming back, and that's an awesome session, you guys. Such good stuff. And we will be back again on Thursday, and we will, if you have any additional questions, feel free to submit them regarding your competitive research, your keyword research, your market share. Feel free to post those for Melissa. She's going to get them organized, and we'll be out here on Thursday, high noon, to answer those questions in detail, and we will see you then. Until next time.